What's up, guys? Welcome to your morning update. How is everyone doing? We'll get into the chat in a few. Let's kind of look at what's going on here. As you guys know, I am still looking for this fifth wave down. If we break this trend line, we could be going up to retest this top again. We'll talk about that. I'll kind of look into the smaller time frames and show you what I'm seeing. If you were watching me on Twitter this morning, I threw out some ideas on the divergence. If you guys aren't familiar with divergence, definitely get familiar with it. It is another way to help you judge which way the market's possibly going. So as you guys know, I'm looking for 5 waves down to be wave A. There is always a possibility that this low right here was wave 5. I'm not convinced of that in any way, shape, or form yet. I still think we have lower to go. We'll talk about that. These are my targets here: 26.5, 23.4, 18.2, somewhere in that region for wave 5 ending, and then getting a rally, bull trap, something of that form for wave B, and then wave C down. That is looking at it in the macro picture. At any time, if we cross this green line and get support on top of it, then and only then will I believe that we could see new all-time highs this year. But I don't see that happening, although it could. If it does, I will probably accumulate and maybe put some longs in up here if it happens. Otherwise, I'm looking to do some accumulation or longs down in these ranges just till August, September, maybe October possibly, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll be counting waves as it goes, looking at this as the Elliott wave theory. There's also possibility that this is just redistribution and we have much further to go. We'll take a look at that also. As you guys know, the wick off chart here. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT, my favorite exchange. There's a link down below. You can also go over to my page and there is a tutorial here. There's also a BYBIT tutorial. If you guys are into trading, they do have some bonuses and discounts. Savvy25 is my promo code for Prime XBT. If you use that, you get 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus to use towards your margin. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. A lot of people get confused on how to use the margin on there. It's very simple. I give you the formula in this video, so definitely check that out. But you can trade Bitcoin, S&P 500, gold, Euro, SD, which Forex, 50 plus assets on this exchange. You can have multiple trades in at the same time. They don't clump them together like the scammy exchanges. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. But anyways, so this is what I'm looking at here. This was redistribution up here. This was distribution up here. I do think we're pretty much making redistribution here. If we do put these trend lines in here, I've done this a few times now. If we just follow that, if we were to do the same thing, obviously this is in a little bit of shorter time frame, but it's the same type deal, guys. It does look like we are possibly heading down further. The 55 EMA on the daily is around 38,250, somewhere in that range. So if we get up in there still, like I've been saying, I think that will just be a bull trap. If you guys would scroll down below the video, smash that like button, I would appreciate that. If you're on a mobile, get out of the live chat for a second, hit that thumbs up and you can get right back in. And if you are on YouTube TV, scroll or go down to the bottom left corner and it will say more actions. If you click that, it'll give you the option to give it a thumbs up. Thank you. So anyways, so another thing I want to look at, this is our macro view of this whole move here. Looking at the Fibonacci retracements, we talked about this yesterday. We did close below our 34,350 on the daily. We are above it now, but we have not closed above it yet. We need a candle to open and close above or below this to help us figure out our next direction. But I do believe we are most likely headed back down to this 0.618, 0.65 range, at least between 25.2 and 27.2. And a lot of people are saying I always say the same things. I go through all this in the morning, and then we will go through smaller time frames and look for divergence and other things. But if nothing has changed in the charts, guys, I have no reason to show you different charts and make up new shit every day. There's nothing has changed. Anyways, as you can see, the volume is declining here. It has been declining this whole little rise up. and we should be seeing a volume spike pretty soon. Something else I want to point out, we are going to zoom in here now on this chart. So let me make this green a little bit darker so we can see through it a little better. There we go. So looking at where we're at now, we're getting rejected on the 21 EMA. If we look at this, this is the funding rate down here. And if you look, every time we've been spiking in the blue, I'll put some arrows there so you guys can see. Right here. Right. Let me see. Right there. Right there. We're going to put these on all these and then look up there. Another one there. Every time we get any little spike in this funding rate, well, you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm looking at these. Let me stretch it out so you can see. Looking at these little blue spikes in the funding rate. Every time we hit one of those, we're at the top of our moves and we have a correction. And we are having one right now. So we could get a couple more. We could get a bounce up back up to this high volume node here at about 60 or 37,000 range is still a possibility. Keep that in mind. But all in all, guys, it still looks bearish to me. Let's look at, so I posted this on Twitter. As you can see, our highs here are pretty much straight across, a little bit lower highs in the price action, while we got a little bit higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. We are in a downtrend in the 4 hour, so it does look like we can come back down to these levels. If you were watching yesterday's video, I had said this is a no trade zone until we break one of these trend lines here. Now we did come down. We hit that almost exact, got a bounce. Let's move them over a little bit and we'll come over here. So what's this tell us? Let's get this out of here so we can get off this divergence for a minute. As you can see, the 200 EMA is right up here. So if we were to break up or down, guys, make sure you use stop losses because you can get a scam wick, and if it breaks down, it could just be a bear trap first and then continue up, and vice versa. If it breaks up first, could just be a quick wick and boom, drop down below. We do see that a lot in crypto. So let's take a measured move here of where these would take us if we do break. Now, what I like to do is extend this all the way, because this is the way I'm looking at it. We bring this from this touchdown here to the widest point, and we bring this down. If we were to break here, say we break down, but what? Well, first of all, we got to hit this low. So if we break down below the 33.4 range again, chances are we're heading down to this level here, which would be 24.6. That would be our down target. Our up target would be around 44.7. But we would have some rejection, first of all, at that 200 EMA, which is around 36,000. And then coming up, I cloned this bottom line and put it up top, so that would be another point of resistance, depending on how, if and when we got there, around 40,000. And that'd be a rising channel, and rising channels usually end up bearish anyways. Oh, I see I did already have this measured move. But guys, we're going to take a look at Ethereum and Litecoin too, so make sure you stick around. We'll also take a look at the dollar index. But I do want to point out my bearish, ultra bearish case also, if we do not get that bounce. I drew this in here, I don't know, when we hit 2 here, which was, what, a week and a half ago. So this could possibly be the count. I also have a bullish count we'll look at next. But if this was the case, and this is still the 5th wave forming here, and it's extended, this could be 1, 2, 3 of 5, which would get us down to 16.4, then bounce up to 27 for 4, then all the way back down to around 14. Again, there is another way. We could just look at this as another ABC. This could be the case. If we get a bounce here around that 24.5 or whatever, this could be where we get our huge bounce. But either way, guys, I still am looking to the downside, although we will take a look at the bullish case, and that is looking at it as the 5th wave done here. And now we're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave one up, and then we'd have a big correction down, possibly back down to the 35. But this third wave would get us to around 40,000, 941,000. Then look for a correction back down to 37 and up. That is the bullish case. I'm leaning more towards the bearish case, but again, guys, nobody knows where it's going. You have to make up your own mind and learn to make your own decisions. If you are waiting for someone to tell you what to do, you're going to lose your ass. That's just how it is. All right, so another way to look at it, like I said, this could be a rising channel here. We drew this trend line off these two wicks in here yesterday. We can move this price up for where we would look for rejection if we were to get up there. And that'd be around 36,000 again. If we break down below this trend line, bottom trend line at any time now, the measured move of the rising channel would be around 28,000. So another thing to keep an eye on. Remember, in the 4-hour, we are seeing hidden bearish divergence, higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action right now. If you guys are interested in my wife's webpage for some cool crypto stuff, definitely check it out. Also, the Divergence cheat sheet mouse pad, definitely check it out. If you're new to trading, Divergence could be one of the hardest things to learn. There it is on this page, with a lot of other cool stuff, and it's quality stuff, guys. It's not iron-on vinyl garbage or nothing like that. She also makes signs and puts pictures and photographs on glass, all kinds of stuff. So this is probably the most hated idea in crypto right now, but it's just something I'm looking at. What if we are in a 10-year cycle now instead of a 4-year cycle? It is definitely a possibility. Could this be the 5 waves up, and now we're looking at a huge correction back down? Not to say there's any guarantees here, guys, but if you can't look at all options, and you're only biased one way, then you're probably going to get yourself in trouble. Just be careful with that. All right, another way, we put these arcs on here, and it gets us to that 9,500 by next year, which is pretty much the same as I'm showing here. Also, if we go into this chart right here with the Fibonacci retracements and looking at the bigger picture, we have a huge volume node down here at 95, which was old resistance, became new support. Also, that 0.786 fib right here was old support back in here. But guys, there's really not a whole lot of support and resistance in this whole big run up. I mean, we had some, but nothing big like these. See how these are tested multiple times? So just something for you guys to look at. This macro here, we've been watching this for a very long time, since before we topped out. All this is the log chart, and I threw some Fibonacci channels on here. And right now, this 382 channel is of major importance. And as you can see, every time we hit that 3.382, we get rejected and come back down. So if at any point we come up above this and get support, then I do think there will be at least some room for some small longs in there. And that, if it was to go in the next, this is the 3-day chart. So in the next couple days, if it got above 3,700 and got support there, then yes, we could be looking at a bullish move up. And that could say that this was the 5th wave down and we are in B right now. As you guys know, this is the dollar index laid over the Bitcoin chart. If you notice the trend line up top on the dollar tops and the trend line on the bottom for the dollar bottoms. Every time the dollar bottoms, Bitcoin tops. Every time the dollar tops, Bitcoin bottoms. Every time the dollar bottoms, Bitcoin tops. Over and over and over again. So when would be a good time, if this continues to play out this way, when would be a good time to really buy back a hodl position? Would be up here when this dollar comes back up and retests this trend line. Could be a long time, but let's see how that works out. Let's look at the DXY. Bullish as hell, as it has been. We're still looking for this target of 93.48. Nothing has changed there. We've had that target there for about 2 weeks. Since we broke out of this bull flag right here. This has been my target. So what happens when the dollar's bullish? Bitcoin is bearish. 1 minute until open here. Let's see how this starts to open. I'm not sure how it's opening. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. I try to do 2 streams a day. I'm going to try today, but I may go out on the boat instead. We'll see what happens. And we've been looking at altcoin charts on the second stream. So if you're into alts, you might want to watch out for that. I try to do it between noon and 2 o'clock. So like 4 or 5 hours from now. We'll see what happens. But all right, so has the market opened now? Let's go into the hourly. The market has opened, and you can see we have a reversal candle here. We closed on yesterday in the hourly. This does look like it is ready to come back down for sure. We do have some bullish divergence here in the, this is the 1 hour chart. That could have played out right here. Let's go into the 4 hour chart. Again, guys, this is the Dow Jones. No divergence here. Definitely looks like it is ready to come down more. Like I said, guys, a lot of people are super bearish on the dollar. People always talk about buying the fear. The fear is in the dollar right now because everybody's talking about inflation, blah, blah, blah. But what happens when the markets crash? The dollar goes up every single time. Back test it yourself. I'm not going to go through all that today. Gold, I still have a target of 1677. 2180 to 22 for silver. Still nothing's changed. Litecoin, nothing's changed. Looking for $85. If that doesn't hold, $50. Ethereum, check this out. I posted this on my Twitter today. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go ahead and give me a follow. It's at CryptoSavvy1. Definitely check it out. But anyways, as you can see back here, we had higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. That was that was bearish divergence. And as you can see, it played out right here. Same thing. We're getting higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI, bearish divergence. Most likely going to come back down just like this. I notice everybody's getting extremely bullish on Ethereum. I don't see anything bullish in Ethereum at all at this point. Again, my mind can change on that, but right now I don't see it at all. You can also see it right here on the bigger time frame. So if we draw a trend line across here, higher highs in the RSI, draw that sit from them same peaks, draw it up here, lower highs in the price action, that's hidden bearish divergence. And on the daily, we are in a downtrend, and hidden divergence is a continuation of the downtrend. So that's what I'm seeing there, guys. And XRP still looks like garbage. Still looking for at least 43 cents if that breaks back down in the 20-cent range. We talked about yesterday, could this be a possible inverse head and shoulders with another push up? If so, I don't see it going above the 200 EMA, which is around 78 cents at the highest. I think that's about it. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Dark Helmet, just reminding people we can super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate the super chat, bud. Good looking out. That super chats are not expected, but they are welcomed and appreciated. Lightning looks awesome today. Yep, Mohammed, there are times are uncertain, that itself. Whatever. Ninja Killer, would you wait for ETH to go above 2380 for a short? I'm not really trading ETH, but I do chart it just to look at it for you guys. But honestly, right now, I wouldn't necessarily do anything in particular. But I do have the targets still of Ethereum around 1,000 to 1,300. And if that was to break all the way down to 477, as much as people don't like to hear that, that is what I'm seeing. But I'll never tell anybody when to short or long or buy or sell. Those decisions are for you to make yourself. I show you how I come up with my conclusions and what makes me see certain things. It's all up to you to learn how to do this on your own. Loretta said something about funding rate. Yeah, we went over the funding rate. Your page is the crypto equivalent of UFO channel. Just kidding. It's amazing and useful. All right, man. Yeah, guys, 944 people in here and only 440 likes. Please hit the likes if you would. I would appreciate that. I lost all my money yesterday. What should I do? You probably shouldn't be trading if you lost all your money because apparently you weren't using stops. Guys, be careful. Don't put in more money than you're willing to lose. And don't, okay, I say this all the time and I'm going to say it again. If you are trading or new to trading, start out with a fake account with fake money. If you become profitable on that, then start out with a small amount of money on an exchange. You can start with $1, $2, $5, $10, depending on what your financial situation is. Something that you don't care if you lose. And if you can't figure that out and be profitable and make that grow, then you're sure as hell not going to be able to put a lot of money in and make it grow, because the more money in, the more emotions you have to deal with, and emotions are the #1 trade killer. K9 IED, thank you, man. I appreciate the super chat. Last CS says last dump to 24.5. It's possible. Dude, you keep saying it's gonna drop. Hasn't been going under 30K. Green man, you sound like exactly like the people that was saying that over here when you keep saying it's gonna drop. It's not gonna drop. Look what happened when it dropped. You keep saying it's gonna drop. You keep saying it's drop. Look what happened when it dropped. Dude, the markets do not make fast moves in a day. Get out of the small time frames. I am so sick of hearing people say that. Markets move up and down. They don't move in straight lines. It takes time. I can't wait till this happens. And yeah. Sorry about the attitude, but I get real sick of idiocy and trolls. Trolls are just low life form, miserable, attention seeking losers. So if you want to troll, you have your description. Savvy, you have said multiple times that the volume doesn't reflect accumulation for the wick off. No, I didn't. I said the volume does reflect accumulation and distribution. You need to learn the volume to read the volume. It's not just about lines on a chart. Calling for a downtrend since February and keeps ignoring fundamentals. The only fundamentals in Bitcoin or any crypto is price. That's it. It's pure speculation. That's it. It's pure speculation. There is no fundamentals. There is price action. Trade the price action. Don't buy in and hope and pray that it goes one direction. Learn how to trade, and it doesn't matter where the hell it goes. You can make money. No, I'm not going to look at any alts. Watch for the ladder stream if you want to look at altcoin charts. YouTube is not posting your live streams. I have to go into my subscriptions to find you. Yeah, YouTube sucks like that. Please, Savvy. No, I cannot look at the VSP. Sorry, man. Basic attention token has actual fundamentals. It has a good idea. It's not truly being used, and there's not a bunch of people into it right now. All those platforms are they're good ideas. Will they make it? We'll see. Alexander said, how can you call Bitcoin and Ethereum pure speculation? Because that's exactly what it is. It's pure speculation right now. Somebody said, is Ethereum forming an ascending wedge? Probably. It would match up with the divergence. Yeah, it could definitely be a rising wedge here, or a big ass bear flag. But yeah, this divergence here is bearish divergence in Ethereum. There's nothing bullish about that, guys. It's definitely showing for at least another drop back down to the 2200 area. If that breaks, I would be looking for much further down. Yeah, if you guys are looking for someone to blow steam up your ass and tell you that we're going to 100,000 for sure by the end of the year, you're on the wrong channel. We take an honest look at the charts. And another thing, people always talk about the dollar is going to shit and it's mass inflation and stay away from the dollar and get out of the dollar. And in the same breath, those people are saying things like, I won't sell my Bitcoin until I get to 100,000. Well, what the hell are you going to sell your Bitcoin for if the dollar is not going to be worth shit? Think about it, people. Great work, my friend. You have patience of a saint, working hard and dealing with idiots. Sometimes the chat keeps up with great work. It's very appreciated. Yeah, man, I do appreciate you guys that actually understand analysis and what is going on. Or at least those that try to learn and not just listen to other channels promising the world and thinking that's the God's sent truth, which will get them wrecked. Thanks a lot, Savvy, for the info and your time. I like realistic views. Ninja Killer, what's up? What's the top 2 trading mistakes beginners make? For one, they get involved in emotion and make some FOMO and fear, and not using stops or continuously moving their stops. Like, let's say you're in a long and your stops are below your entry, and it starts coming down and you just keep moving your stops right down into oblivion and you get liquidated. That's a huge mistake. Also, over trading or revenge trading. If you're just trading, always think you have to be in a trade, then that's never good because you're trying to make trades out of nothing. Wait for a good setup. Wait for a good setup with high probability and low risk. There's a lot of bad decisions, and people can tell you that till you're blue in the face. But the thing about trading is most of it you're not going to take in and learn until you feel it and do it and experience it. So that's why I don't believe in trading courses, because there's no cookie cutter program. And if those guys are so good at trading, why do they have to sell courses to make money? If they're that good at trading, they would be able to trade and just continuously make a lot of money and not take the time out to make these courses to sell to make money. Just my 2 cents. Ethereum seems to be one on a mission to maximum pain. Yes, it does. Oh, what's the next funding indicator? What do you mean? What's the name of the funding indicator? It is, let me go over to it. I think it's by butane. It's the BitFEMEX or BitMEX funding rate by butane is what it is. I think you have to have the paid version to get that funding rate indicator, though. The paid version of TradingView. Don't forget, guys, if you don't use a VPN, I suggest everybody, even if you're not trading, use a VPN. I do have a link down below in my affiliate links. Also, the free Discord group. Definitely check out the free Discord group. It's a great community. Tons of people in there. Tons of different views. Just a great community. Definitely check it out. That's also down below. Scroll through the links. You'll see the Discord chat. Click on that. Join them. Great group. Also, like I said, follow me on Twitter. Richie M, thanks for the super chat. Not even asking a question, just the super chat. I appreciate that, man. Tony Hall, not a great experience with Prime XBT re-withdraw. They only do it at 12 UTC. They require source of funds, etc., etc. Still waiting. They do it twice a day, and if you are trying to move your funds to another exchange where you are KYC'd in a country they don't trade with, that's a bad idea. Always, when you take your crypto off any exchange, put it in a hard wallet first, your personal wallet, before moving it anywhere else. And I have not had one bad experience with Prime XBT. I've had nothing but good experiences. Like in BYBIT, sometimes you try to put trades in, they don't go in, they don't fill, or you get some major just bad moves happening. Prime XBT, never had an issue with that. Never had an issue with anything at all. Ninja Killer, how do I recover losing 100K? How did I recover? I had to. I had no choice. But that pain is what made me really focus and be more cautious into trading and learning risk management. Not trying to get rich off of one trade, which that's what most people do. They put in a bunch of money into an account and think they're gonna be a millionaire. That's not how trading works. It takes time. If you can't put in the time, you're not gonna do too well. Red, blue, green. Hi, what are your favorite time frames when trading BTC? If you have any, 4 hour, 4 hour and up. I don't like the small time frames. Small time frames are like every four of these candles is one daily candle. You start playing in the hourly, you got 24 candles in a daily candle, a lot of movement in there. You can get sucked up into FOMO and whatnot. The moves look much bigger on the smaller time frames, unless you're good at trading. Like sometimes I'll scalp trade on the smaller time frames, but 4 hour and up are the best. Do you think JP Morgan, what's the name of the funding rate indicator? Scroll back. I let you guys know. When do you get your guests in your broadcast? I have to talk with them. I don't know if it's even going to be this week. Like I said, I had all the family stuff going on last week, and this week I had to get the boat ready, getting everything ready for vacation. So I will be on vacation for a week. It may not be until after that. Like I said, we had an unfortunate mishap in the family. So, Rick, does Prime XBT offer reports for taxes? Yeah, their reports are all in there. It keeps track of all your trades. You can just print it out and do it up. DXY is about to blast off. Yes, it is. That's what I was talking about. People don't understand to watch the DXY. The DXY is a beast, man. People don't get that. They want to just look at Bitcoin, but you can't just look at Bitcoin. You have to look at Bitcoin. You have to look at traditional markets, guys. Traditional markets crash and Bitcoin is screwed. Bitcoin has never seen a traditional market bear market. You've seen what happened in March 2020 when the real market dropped. Bitcoin got crushed also. So be aware of that, guys. Literally the last 12 years, traditional markets have been in a bull market. And during that time, Bitcoin still managed to correct 85 to 90% at a time during that whole 12-year, 11-year, whatever. But it has never seen a traditional market crash or huge correction. And I do believe one is coming, and it's not going to be pretty for Bitcoin, for gold, for silver, for any of that stuff. The only thing that goes up when the markets crash like that is the dollar, the value of the dollar, because people are selling assets into the dollar, making the dollar strong. I made a bad trade and stuck in it. Do you recommend wait it out? It all depends on how much you're down and what you did. I don't know what you did. I don't know your financial situation, so I can't really help you out there. Dark helmet, that's rough. I do think you'll get back. Follow the happening charts. That's at least raises our chances. Yeah, trading is about first of all managing your risk, but looking for high opportunity trades, like not just jumping in every single little. Stay out of the small time frames and you'll be so much better off, people. Savvy, could whales just keep manipulating the EMA closes indefinitely? I suppose you could say that, but like I said, if you zoom out in the big picture, nothing has changed. There's no reason for calling anything manipulation, because all markets are manipulated, period. And it's not the kind of manipulation people try to say. It's just people with money that can move the markets to make more money. If you had that money, you would do the same damn thing. That's how markets work. Just don't be the little guy listening to the big guy that is telling you where to put your money so he can take it. The price is dropping, sell, buy back more, leaving a lower price. Rick, do you use trailing stops? I manually trail. I don't use the trailing stops. Prime XBT doesn't have that. BYBIT does, but I wouldn't use that. That's horrible. Especially because BYBIT trades against you. They have insider trading desks in their locations. So if you don't understand that, yeah, don't use that. I use manual. I manually move my stops. So say I'm in a short, there's a big support here. Once we blow through that support, test it as resistance, then I'll move my stops just above that support and continue. So either way, I get my stops into profit or at least break even as soon as possible. A lot of people just want to ride a trade out to the end and just think they're going to get rich, and that's just not how it works, man. When Ethereum's next resistance? Ethereum has hit its next resistance, buddy, right here. But if it does continue up, next resistance is going to be around 2450 to 2500. But either way, we're still going to have this bearish divergence. So it's definitely looking like it's going to turn around. And if we throw let's throw a couple trend lines on here. So you throw this on here, it just looks like a rising wedge for Ethereum. And if we throw let's see where we're at here. If we throw a measured move on here, this is just quick, guys. But if we break the bottom of this, well, actually, it goes down a little bit more. If we break the bottom of that, we're probably looking at around 2000 to 1950 again for Ethereum. Before going to the lower lows that I believe we are headed to. Spencer Carter, how would you prepare for a crash? Prepare for a crash in what? In traditional markets? And thanks for the super chat, by the way. Prepare for the crash in what? The traditional markets. Stay in cash, and when everything crashes next year, 2, maybe 3, start buying up everything cheap while everybody's selling cheap. DXY is a huge rising wedge. Mohammed, that is not a rising wedge as of yet at all. This looks more like a cup and handle that's broken out. But if you're looking at the daily, we just broke out of a huge falling wedge, way bigger than this wedge you're talking about. Let's go into the daily. You can see it right here. See this last wedge? This last wedge here that we broke out of was back in 18 once we broke out. See this big wedge we have broken out of now? That is bullish. And you can see last time we broke out of the wedge what we did. So that's what I expect us to do again. Perspective. It's all about perspective. Stay out of those little time frames. You're going to get yourself killed. Markets are going up. Nothing has changed. Everything is going down. I don't understand what you're saying, Fernando, but okay. Little time frame, guys. Do you trust stablecoins enough that you'd keep your capital? No, I don't. I don't trust stablecoins. I don't use stablecoins. I've mentioned before, I cash out my profits every week. My Bitcoin profits. I cash them out every week. All my bear stocks just popped up. VIX too. Oh, guys. Please get out of the small time frames. Unless you're scalping. Face Diaper said, wee, little tiny time frames. Yeah. Go ahead and keep playing them little tiny time frames, guys. Keep losing your money. It's all good with me if that's what you want to do. Everybody makes their own decisions. And again, this 0.5 fib, let's see where this closes today. Are we going to close below that? I'm most likely. Like I said, every time you see this little blip up, when the funding rate switches favoring the bears, which we're at right now, we usually see a dip right after that every single time. So anyways, yeah. Like I said, if you just look here at the Dow, guys, we had hidden bearish divergence here in the 4-hour. And if you look at the big picture of the Dow, which I've went over 1,000 times, but we can do it again, is this huge bearish divergence right here from back in 2018 till now, we had lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action, bearish divergence. We even had it here from 2020 to now, and higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI, bearish divergence. We've went over this a million times. Good morning, John. What's happening? What chart platform are you using? TradingView. I have a link down below. It's totally free, the TradingView link. And then if you want to upgrade, I think with the free one you get like 5 indicators and some X amount of charts. And then if you decide it's something you do want to do, then you can upgrade to getting more indicators and all that. Rick, please discuss shorting. Join the Discord, Rick. Shorting is basically, if you're shorting on leverage, basically selling Bitcoin at tops, buying back lower. If you're doing it on leverage or margin, you basically borrow the say Bitcoin, you're shorting Bitcoin. You borrow Bitcoin up here. Say you put in $1,000, you do 10 times leverage, so you borrow $9,000 worth of Bitcoin, which you have 1,000 of your own money in it, but you're borrowing 9,000. And if it goes down, then you buy those Bitcoin back to pay them back at the bottom with your profits, basically. It's kind of hard to explain real quick on a live stream, Rick. I hope you belong to the Discord. If you do, ask in there. You'll get a great explanation. Be able to take more time with you than on a live stream. Basically, shorting is betting on it going down. Hey, Savvy, will you ladder up your short until 36K? Yeah, I will probably do that again, yes. Do you think we are in a 4-hour bull flag? Let me see. I do not think we are in a 4-hour bull flag. Nope. This is a 4-hour chart, and I do not see a bull flag. That ringtone sounds familiar. All right, guys. I think that's about it. I'm going to get out of here. 1,000 people in here. At least 642 of you smash the likes. I appreciate those of you that did. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash that notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. Smash that thumbs up. Thanks a lot for everything, guys. I do appreciate your guys' support. Make sure to check out the affiliate links down below if you want to help support the channel and get some discounts and free stuff. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.